Can you hear me? Good?
Testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
That one was like, so was if we ended it there quite late. They're always on. Or that day we went to like McDonald's, like, the first time we.
Good evening. Welcome to the City of Warring Planning Commission meeting. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ansar,
Present.
Commissioner Duze,
Present.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Present.
Commissioner Hawk,
Present.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Present.
Commissioner Maurice present, Commissioner Banecki,
Present.
Commissioner Smith.
Present. Item number 4, approval of the agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Support, Commissioners Chairman.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Halawadi, I'm sorry. All in favor? Any opposed? Number 5, approval of the minutes, April 7th, 2025.
Approval of the minutes, support. Commissioner Chowdhury.
Support.
There's a motion by Commissioner Chowdhury, supported by Commissioner Duze. All in favor? Any opposed? I don't know if we have our ex officios here tonight.
No.
So, public hearing item 6A.
Public hearing item 6A. Site plan for parking lot and path at Ixtane Park located approximately 929.9 feet east of Mount Road and approximately 512.94 feet north of Chicago Road, 31948 Mount Road, Section 4, Anthony Cassandra, City of Warren, Parks and Recreation, PSP 250012. Thank you.
Good evening. Is the petitioner here this evening?
Hi, my name is Olivia Giramonti. I'm with the City of Warren Engineering Department. I will be filling in for Anthony today.
Okay. Is your mic on there?
I believe so. Can you
That's
hear me?
better. That's better.
Okay,
yeah, that's
sorry.
better. Thank you.
Uh,
You want to tell us a little bit about your project?
yeah, so the project that is proposed is a 8-foot asphalt path that's going to be going from Mound Road around Eckstein Skate Park and connecting to a parking lot that will be built at Eckstein Skate Park also. The path is going to be asphalt and the parking lot is going to be asphalt. During this project, we are also going to be installing rain gardens in the skate park that have been approved by Macomb County to meet our stormwater standards. And it will tie up and, finish the skate park. It'll look really nice at the end, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes current, AT&T, no objection to the plans for Extend Park, Comcast. In response to your request, Comcast has no facilities within the project area. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to reach us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com, DTE. DTE Electric Company has reviewed the site plan for parking lot and path at Extend Park. DTE Electric Company has no objection to the above request impacting 31948 Mount Road, Section 4, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for parking lot and path at Eckstein Park be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number one, 5 copies of revised site plans must be submitted indicating the following. Okay, A, several plans were submitted for the site plan application. The following changes shall be made. 4 sheets will be used as site plans. First, Eckstein Park parking lot paving to be designated as SP-1, which needs to include the location map from the cover sheet. Only the main area of the project is needed in it, and the stamp and signature. Next, Eckstein Park path paving to be designated as SP2, which needs to include the stamp and signature. Eckstein Park path paving to be designated as SP3, which needs to include the stamp and signature. And finally, Eckstein Park path paving to be designated as SP4, which needs to include the stamp and signature. The addresses, the parcel numbers, and the legal descriptions will need to be added to the parking lot paving plan SP1. Label landscaping plans as LP-1, LP-2, LP-3, and LP-4. 15 copies only, please, as specified on the site plan checklist. We need to have labeled the 2 soil erosion plans as number 1 and number 2. Next, keep these sheets as is. We do not need additional copies of these plans. And that is the Eckstein Park existing conditions, Eckstein Park removals, Eckstein Park storm utility. Next, remove all of the following sheets. We do not want any additional copies of these plans, and that would be the cover sheet, Eckstein Park details, the Eckstein Park drain detail, DP-1 concrete pavement details, DP-2 concrete pavement details. DS-2A, manhole and catch basin details, and finally, DS-3, the casting details. 1B, the site plan sheets, the Eckstein parking lot pavement and Eckstein Park path paving shall also include the parcel numbers, legal descriptions, acres, and address zoning. That's R1C dash, R-1-C, one family residential district of the parcels in question. 1D, the site plan, that's parking lot and paving plan, indicates a proposed gazebo to be completed by separate contract. If the gazebo is to be constructed as part of this project, provide the details on the site plan. Additionally, 2 copies of dimensioned elevation plans shall be submitted. This project is in the Village Historic District, therefore the gazebo plans shall be reviewed by the Historic District Commission. 1E, sheet C1.1, planting overview plan indicates a permanent education signage will be provided along the path south of the parking lot. This information shall also be provided on the site plan, and that's the parking lot and paving plan. 1F, consider changing the 2-foot wide limestone shoulder on both sides of the path to the lawn. In a meeting with city consultant Norm Cox of the Gateway Collaborative, he explained that the material can be loose and the pebbles can end up on the path, causing issues with walkers and bicyclists. Okay, 1G, all references to HCP or handicap parking spaces shall be changed to accessible parking spaces. 1H, a note must be provided stating open storage of materials shall not be permitted on the site. 1I, a note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. Okay, if a trash enclosure is not part of the improvements, indicate how trash will be handled on the site and identify the location of the trash receptacles. Okay, 1J, on April 10th, 2025, an internal meeting was held at City Hall with city staff from planning, engineering, attorneys, Parks and Rec, and representatives from the Village Historic District. Site plan as well as future phases for Eckstein Park were discussed. In the last phase, the Parks and Recreation Department will add seating, that's benches and other park furniture, to the area around the skate park and in Eckstein Park. The following list of items were discussed at the meeting. Number 1, the Warren Consolidated School sign should be removed. That's located at Mound Road. Research was performed finding no permit for the sign. It is an off-site sign. Number 2, the Eckstein Park sign should be replaced. A new sign that advertises the park, skate park, ball field, etc. should be provided. Number 3, the WCS Educational Service Center should not park its bus near these signs advertising the need for bus drivers at Mound Road. Number 4, The bicycle pedestrian path should be set back at least 20 feet from the south edge of the Eckstein Road driveway with curb and gutter. The reason for this request is that 4 light poles would be located on the edge of the path. There are also 2 manholes, one on the edge and one within the path. Relocate the path to provide distance from these existing utilities. Number 5, label the width of Eckstein Road and indicate there is curb and gutter the length of the road where it ends. Number 6, label the fence and wall along the north side of the road. Number 7, locate the power tower correctly. One of the legs looks to be 3 or 4 feet from the edge of the road curb and gutter. Plan indicates it's more like 10 feet away. Number 8, the driveway to Eckstein Road doesn't provide enough perpendicular positioning for vehicles leaving the site. The entrance needs to be redesigned. Number 9, a more perpendicular driveway to Eckstein should be located where the 2 ADA spaces are located with direct access to the skate park if this is still Eckstein Road. Number 10, the areas around the comfort station, that's west and south, where there are angles for the path, should be eliminated so that people with bikes can have good flow and access to the skate park and the comfort station. Bike racks and benches need to be placed on the site for observers. Number 12, 2 areas for perhaps picnic tables, benches, and a resting site should be provided. Number 13, the path is noted to be 15 feet from the edge of the skate park, except where the path is located no more than 3 feet from the edge of the skate park. The path should be relocated a minimum spacing of 15 feet from the skate park. Number 14, 1 ADA space should be provided at the south side at the east end of the parking lot. Number 15, parking spaces should be extended along the south side of the lot west in front of the comfort station and adding 13 additional spaces. Number 16, the flood basin may be required to be provided with black decorative fencing around the perimeter, 4 to 5 feet tall. Number 17, the flood basin indicate retention or detention should be planted with bioswale type vegetation. Number 18, an evergreen shrub line should be planted around the base of the power tower. Number 19, on the landscape plan, identify the locations and types of trees remaining in the area of the skate park. And number 20, many new trees should be planted along the path and in and around the skate park area. Number 2, per the sheet titled Eckstein Park Landscaping, a portion of the development is located within the floodway Zone AE. The project shall adhere to all regulations to construct in and near the flood area. Additionally, the floodway information shall also be provided on the site, and the landscape plan sheets, that's Eckstein Park parking lot, Eckstein Park parking lot paving, Eckstein Park path paving, and planting plan sheets. And I dare you to say that fast. Number 3, The three parcels identified as 13-04-326-001. That's address 31948 Mound Road, and 002 and 003 must be combined into one parent parcel. An application must be submitted to the planning department requesting the approval of the combination. Number 4, when completed, a copy of the recorded easement use agreement between the City of Warren and the Red Run Intercounty Drain District shall be provided to the planning department. Number 5, the proposed path from the park site to the shared roadway, the roadway geometry, and the utility tower are depicted differently on the plans created by the City of Warren Engineering Division, and the planting plans provided by Drummond Carpenter. Revised plans shall be provided that eliminate the discrepancies. Number 6, the parking lot path project was accepted for review by the Planning Commission on the condition that a survey plan would be provided within 6 months of the site plan approval. The following information shall be confirmed with the survey plan, and that would be A, the area be surveyed shall include from Mound Road the entire 30-foot access road area, easement or right-of-way with measurements and legal description, including Red Run Drain easement area with measurements and legal description, east to the railroad, including any railroad easements, and north, including the fence line on the WCS site. Also, all utilities, including easement areas, that's power tower, ITC, shall be included. Additionally, any flood zone areas also need to be identified on the survey plan. B, the survey will need to confirm whether the Elk sign, as indicated on Google Maps, is in fact a road, and that's city right-of-way, or if it is an access easement over property owned by another entity. The Eckstein Park landscape plan indicates the right-of-way for Eckstein Road as 185 feet in width. Provide the documentation that confirms the right-of-way information. 6C, the survey must have the description of the easement or right-of-way for the access road. Number 6, or 6D, based on available sources, there are 3 parcels that all owned by St. Anne Parish, Warren, where it appears the access road is located on and runs through. There is an additional parcel that contains a home, Chicago Road, that appears to extend into the easement right-of-way area owned by an individual. Once this area is verified, ownership confirmed, and the access issues resolved, this should clean up the access into Eckstein Park. And finally, number 7, no bond is required for a city project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. That's quite a long, detailed description. This is a public hearing. If there's anyone like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to comment on this item.
Good evening. My name's Cindy Hogan. I live at 31684 Eckstein. I'm also a member of the Warren Village Historic Commission. We did have an architect that attended that meeting, and that's not what we were looking at. We were looking for something that was more organic, that would fit the skate park better. We are also not approving on the lights because we didn't want a 24-hour park in there for people to be hanging out 24 hours. Our architect, I don't know where the drawings went, but more of a bubble, more that it would fit better with the park. My concern, as living across from the park for 30 years, I've seen a lot of things going on. And also my concern is, as a resident, having that long rectangular parking lot is just gonna be a drag strip for cars coming through. That's why we were looking for something that would break it up, something more organic, and that you can't drive fast through the parking lot at any time, putting children at risk and people driving there through the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak on this item? Seeing none, I'll turn it over to the commission.
Commissioner Chair, make an approval with discussion.
Support.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Go ahead.
Okay, can I have the petitioner step forward, please? Is there?
Hello,
Good evening.
good evening.
Offhand, it does look like a very nice project for the city of Warren. I see it attracting a lot of young people, you know, who enjoy skateboarding and rollerblading. But one quick question: do you have any problems with all the recommendations our planning department has stepped forward tonight?
I don't have any issues with the recommendations necessarily. There is, a couple, so for the resubmitting the landscaping plans, we did already submit 20 copies of full-size sets. So submitting an additional 15 of 4 sheets just to change the labeling convention would be about 60 full-size sheets when we already submitted 20. So we were just wondering if we could, you know, if that could be removed from there.
What about the lights, like the one resident brought?
Oh, about the lights, there's no light improvement on this project. The lights that are there already are existing. We're not changing any of them. And for an issue about residents coming in there at night, or just anybody coming in there at night, all of our city parks, I believe, do have fences. I know that existing, there's a fence there, and we did, Anthony's not here right now, but we were talking about adding an additional fence just to extend over the walking path, so then people aren't able to access the park at night through the walking path. Even if they tried to go around the fence, where we're putting the path is right at the top of bank of the Red Run, so they would have to go into the Red Run and then come out to do that. So, you know, it'd be kind of an endeavor for them to do that.
Yeah. What about anything you could do possibly about the parking lot, like the one resident brought up, that don't want maybe drag, you know, I mean, I don't know, it looks like quite a long continuous parking lot. Can you put maybe speed bumps or anything in there?
So, the city of Warren, we don't allow speed bumps.
Okay.
So the curve was kind of designed to slow people down, but, I did see the recommendation from the architect, and we did go over it in our April 10th meeting. And we do think that it's a great idea for future expansion to it. So the parking lot is curbed, and all of our city standards require curb and gutter around our parking lot, and the one that the architect proposed had no curb and gutter, and it was just gonna be sheet flow. So we were thinking about adding an additional parking towards the east side of it, you know, if it is developed more. But it is kind of like a standard size for our city parks, for our parking lot sizes. But we could redesign, you know, certain aspects of it, maybe make the curve a little bit tighter going in, having more perpendicular area to kind of slow people down going into it. But, you know, unfortunately, it is a parking lot, people are gonna speed through it. And we do have quite a distance from where pedestrians are gonna be, from, you know, where cars are gonna be driving through, and it is curbed, so nobody can just drive up straight to the, skate park. There's a 6-inch curb that, you know, would be used as a bumper.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Ansar?
First of all, I want to thank City of Warren for taking this initiative, as I always like, sports, and when I see something, for the youth generation, younger generation, I always support and appreciate that. I have a few questions.
Yeah.
One of the, did you had a chance to review all those recommendations?
I'm sorry, what was?
You had a chance to review all those recommendations?
Yes, I was at the meeting.
It's a long list though.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so one of the recommendation is the Warren Consolidated School sign should be removed. Research was performed finding the no permit for the sign. It is an off-site sign. So, and another one, the Warren Consolidated School Educational Service Center should not park its bus near these signs advertising the need for bus drivers. So my question was, you had any communication with the Warren Consolidated School for that, or you are going to do?
So in engineering, we didn't have any discussion with Warren Con about that. I believe it may be a zoning issue, which they need to remove their sign, or, they'll be fined for it, like how we do for any other, business that's in the city. If they have stuff within our right-of-way. Engineering, we can't, fine them or write them any tickets for it. So I believe that might be zoning that would take care of it and tell them to remove their sign and then tell them not to park their buses there anymore.
So it is in the recommendation. So
Yes.
you are going to do it.
Yeah, I'll speak with zoning to have them, I believe it's zoning or building who takes care of stuff that's existing in the right-of-way that needs to be removed. Because in the engineering, we can have our contractor remove the signs. It would cost the city a price to remove it if we want to go that way, or we can go the way of, we write a ticket to Warren Con, have them remove it, or a warning to them, and they would remove it at their cost.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
can I ask a question to Director regarding this? Can I ask a question to Ron regarding this recommendation?
Yes, sir.
So, recommendation number 3, the Warren Consolidated School Educational Service Center should not park its bus near these signs advertising the need for bus drivers. So my question was, it's something, we have to deal with the Warren Consolidated School, or we just have to inform them?
Where are you reading?
It's
Which number in
Number
the
3, recommendation number 3.
13? Which one?
Number 1 and
Just
then
number one?
3
Number
also.
1 and 3, okay, excuse me.
Yep.
Okay, and your question, we think, I can answer that those should be removed. It's at their own expense. They put them there at their own expense, and they did it without a permit.
So Warren Consolidated School has to remove all of those things at their expense.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you. This is not a school. That sign has nothing to do with a school. It has to do with the Warren Consolidated Center there, their a bus terminal, if you will. That's what's back there. That's all that sign's for. So if they want a sign, they'll have to come to the building division, zoning, and see if they can actually get one. But it's considered an off-site sign, and that needs a variance. It will be difficult for them to get their sign back. Okay, and then you had, what was it, number 3? Okay. And the bus, there's no parking for the bus there. No parking space. It's just grass. And if we have 10 days of rain and they keep parking it and moving it in and out, I don't think it'd look very well, needless to say. It should not be there. They have no permission to put that bus there.
Thank you.
Is that, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are you done? Commissioner Ansar? Does
I'm
anyone
done.
else like to
Thank you.
speak on this item? Commissioner Duzay?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I think this should go to Ron. Is this park in a floodplain of any kind? Somebody?
So the lower, part where we have our detention pond,
Yeah,
where the Red Run easement line is,
yes.
where it follows across, that is considered a floodplain.
Okay, is it what, 50-year, 100-year?
I would have to check, I believe it's 100-year, but I can check for you.
I just don't want to see water running up Red Run and the water getting too high and washing some of this out. I mean, it's a heck of a distance, but the possibility is there. That's one. Two, are you going to put any safety rules or whatever on here? Do you wear a helmet, wear some pads or whatever? Let's put it this way, I would suggest you do that, just for liability's sake. I was there yesterday, and there were at least 25, maybe more, people, younger people that were enjoying the park on skateboards and everything else, and I think out of the 25, 30, there was maybe one that had a helmet on. But I think this is a great idea for the city, and it's nice to see that we're pursuing something for younger people as opposed to pursuing things for seniors or for babies. It's nice to see, and I commend the city for doing this.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'll talk to Anthony this week to see if we can put up some kind of sign that of recommendations of like wearing a helmet and stuff like
Yes.
that. So yeah, I'll speak to him about putting up a sign.
I
for
think
that.
that would be a good idea, a lot from a liability standpoint.
Yeah.
Other than that, this is pretty good. Is there going to be a gate at the front to stop traffic in the evening, at night, or something?
Yes, so there will be a gate there. We're gonna have a gate at the drive approach, and then we're gonna extend it to the path also.
Okay.
And it's gonna, where the path is, it's at the top of the bank of the Red Run. So it'll taper off.
Right.
So if somebody does really wanna enter the skate park, they would have to go into the Red Run, and then enter it through
Well,
there.
they were jumping the fence.
Yeah.
So, I'm getting a little too long in the tooth to jump any fences.
Yeah.
So I went around and walked through there. But it's really, if nobody's seen it, I definitely suggest you go see it, because it's really pretty remarkable. But thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you for being here, and I support this wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Duzay. Anyone else? Good evening, ma'am. Don't wait, hello? I was by there yesterday, and I didn't really get a chance to get a good look at it because the gate was locked. So I had some concerns, but I think a lot of it was explained today. But how long do you think before it's to be fully operational?
So we would like to have it open mid-August at the absolute latest. We're shooting for end of construction being around the beginning of August, and I know Mayor Stone did want to do a grand opening in August, which we are shooting for that opening date for her and for the city. So
Okay. Are there going to be hours the park's going to be available to be people to be in there? Is the park going to close at a certain time, or?
that would be a question for David Klein. It would have the standards, all of our city park hours. I believe it's dawn to dusk. Dawn to dusk. It would be our
Dawn to
park
dusk?
hours. Mhm.
Okay, all right. Are they gonna put any lights along the path?
So I believe there are already lights along Eckstein Park, or Eckstein Road, going down Mound. We can't put anything into the path more, because it's kind of a space issue with the top of bank, and then the path itself is 8 feet, and then there's 2 feet gravel shoulders on each side, so that takes up about 12 feet of there, and we want to have a safe distance from the road. So I don't believe that we'll be able to put any additional lights, but in the future, we could maybe think of revising the lights to have lighting on both sides for the road and the path in the future.
Okay, now the gravel that they proposed on each side of the path, it's gonna be eliminated, it's gonna be grass now, right?
So I do recommend keeping the gravel. It will be compacted in place, and Parks and Rec, they do maintain, all their parks, and they can brush off the gravel. It is safer. The grass, it could erode over time, especially being in a flood zone area. The gravel, it's very tightly compacted. It has to be up to like 98% density. We're not just, tossing gravel there. When I worked on previous path projects, when I was a consultant, we had gravel shoulders. It's just so nobody rolls off and hurts their ankle or falls off on a bike. But if it does become an issue in the future, we could switch out the gravel for grass. But for the meantime, I do think the gravel would be the best option. But if you do believe that it should be grass, we can make that recommendation. We can make that change.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank-
Is there anyone else that needs to speak on this? Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission. That was a motion by Mr. Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Yes?
Commissioner Ansar,
Yes.
Commissioner Duzay,
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk,
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes, Commissioner Bonecki,
Yes, to support.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes to approve. Thank you, and good luck with your project, and be looking forward to, I haven't skateboarded in a while, but I might have to try it again. Thank you. Item number 6B.
Site plan for outdoor storage of construction materials and equipment located on the south side of 10 Mile Road, approximately 159.1 feet west of Groesbeck Highway, 14000 and 13970 10 Mile Road, Section 25, Mark Titini, Mark Titini / Rhino Utility and Rental, Inc., PSP 250013. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good
You want to
evening,
tell us a
sir.
little bit about your project?
Yeah, number one, forgive me, first time ever doing anything like this, so please have mercy on me here. What I'm here for is kind of a unique situation. I've been working at that building for 43 years, and somehow, unbeknownst to my father, myself, and anyone from the city, a certificate of occupancy was never, no one can find it. So we're here, and now I'm before you and asking you to, I would just like to keep using the property as we have for the last 4+ decades. We've been here for over 40 years, and just want to keep using the property the same way we have for the past 43 years. We have been a construction company, and that's what we do, so. That's what I'm here for, to get that taken care of.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, Taxes Current Comcast. In response to your utility request for the above project, please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at ccc.utilityrequest@teamsigma.com. MCDR. And Macomb County Department of Roads, MCDR, has received and reviewed the enclosed preliminary plan for the above referenced site. MCDR has the following objection to proposed development at above-mentioned site. Number one, the Macomb County Department of Roads recommends removing the proposed landscape from 10 Mile Road right away. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at the phone number below. There's no number, but that's it. Thank you.
Planning Department's recommendation?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for outdoor storage of construction materials and equipment be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number one, 5 copies of revised site plans must be submitted indicating the following. So, 1A, the building shall be dimensioned on the plan. 1B, all utilities and light poles shall be indicated on the plan. 1C, explain in further detail in the site data chart the type of equipment items to be stored in these parking spaces. 1D, the following note shall be provided on the site plan, and that is the dirt area shall be properly maintained to prevent dust emissions from the site. 1E, the area labeled on the site plan for excavation material and equipment rentals needs to be fully dimensioned to determine the total square footage requested for this area. The rental equipment spaces shall be identified on the plan. 1F, provide the total square footage of the different areas of storage in the site data chart, as well as the total requested for all storage. 1G, indicate all existing and proposed lighting on the site plan. And 1H, a note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures, and upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1I, currently the right-of-way area between the sidewalk and the 10-mile street curb is actively used for parking, storing of vehicles, etc. This area is proposed to be provided with 17 evergreen trees. The area shall be planted with a reduced amount of deciduous trees. Single trees shall be planted in the corner areas. 1 tree planted between the 2 east driveways, and 3 trees planted between the driveway to the building and the west driveway. These are to be deciduous trees, and they shall be planted centered in the right-of-way area, and each tree measuring 2.5-inch caliper in size. 1J, the front setback area measuring 19 feet in width, the setback distance the building is from the front property line, and spanning the entire frontage shall be cleared, indicating the asphalt, including the asphalt, that should be cleared, northeast of the building. The fence shall be relocated to the 19-foot setback line. The fence shall be provided with opaque plastic slats for screening purposes. The new front setback area shall be landscaped with grass and trees spaced 50 feet apart from the front of the building to the west driveway. I believe there would be space for 3 trees, equally distanced apart. 1K, sidewalk shall be constructed where missing approximately 165 feet per the City of Warren Engineering Division standards. Condition number 2, the two properties identified as 13-25-102-002 and 003 must be combined into one parent parcel. An application must be submitted to the Planning Department requesting the approval of the combination. Condition number 3, the used oil is regulated by several agencies, including EGLE, Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, and EPA, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. The type and quality, or rather quantity of oil, and any other waste or chemicals shall be specified. Condition number 4, a note is indicated on the site plan that the storage extends beyond the south property line. The petitioner must provide a recorded document for ingress egress with the owner of the property abutting to the south. This document must be approved in draft format for form by the city attorney prior to it being recorded at the Macomb County Register of Deeds. A copy of the document shall be provided to the Planning Department. Number 5, the petitioner must provide a recorded document for ingress and egress and shared driveway with the owner of the property abutting to the east, address 24991 Groesbeck Highway. This document must be approved in draft format for form by the city, by the city attorney prior to it being recorded at the Macomb County Register of Deeds. A copy of the document shall be provided to the Planning Department. Condition number 6, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the Building Division. And they are: A, the maximum allowed for open storage on the site is 50% of the gross floor area of the building, which is 3,394.5 square feet. The 6 open storage areas totaling over 23,444 square feet, therefore a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals to exceed the allowable amount of open storage will be required. Update the total amount of storage proposed for the site. B, to allow open storage to no less than 24 feet from the front property line, and that is 10 Mile Road. C, to allow open storage and maneuvering on a gravel surface. And D, to allow parking and hard surfacing to within 19 feet of the front property line, 10 Mile Road. As I said before, that area could simply be removed. And finally, condition number 7, a performance bond in the amount of $0 be posted according to the estimated cost of $0 by the petitioner. Note, the planning staff believes that the proposed bond amount is too low given the fact that removal of the barbed wire, relocating the fence, adding screening slats, and creating a 19-foot wide front setback area with trees are part of the improvements. A new estimate shall be provided closer to $33,000, resulting in a bond in the amount of $1,000. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If there's anyone like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to make your comments. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve this with discussion.
Support, Maury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Maury. Mr. Duzay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Basically, where I'm questioning the trees along the right-of-way, we have a thing from the Macomb County Department of Roads, recommends removing the proposed landscaping from the 10-mile road right-of-way. And we're not putting that many trees, but we're putting, I believe, you said 3 of them?
No, we'll put 5 as
Okay.
opposed to 17. 5 deciduous trees, with leaves, as opposed to pine trees.
Okay.
Out front in a right-of-way. Pine trees are not allowed in city right-of-ways.
Okay.
So we went from 17 trees down to 5 in the right-of-way. In the setback area, those trees are not a subject matter for the county road commission, so they don't have anything to say about those 3 or 4 trees there.
All right. I wanted to make sure about that.
Well, it's changed over the years, putting trees in right-of-ways. And we've been doing it in Warren for a long time. And if you take a look at Mound Road, in a few spots, you're going to see trees in the right-of-way. So I'm not sure why that was written that way.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Does the petitioner understand, do you understand all the recommendations and what you're going to be doing in this area?
Well, I have a couple things, especially that right-of-way area. As you know, right there, excuse me? Oh, I thought you said something to me. Right there at 10 Mile is the railroad tracks.
Right.
All right. Again, I've been there for 43 years. That area, from the city trucks, the people turning around when the gates are down, that area, hourly, people are using it. The road commission uses it. You put any tree, shrub, it's going to get run down like that. I'm just telling you. There's a couple things with that area. I think that's just not a very good idea based on what I've witnessed over the last 4 decades. People use that. Plus, I have Hercules next to me. If the trucks can't get in, that's a safe place for trucks to get off so they're not in the middle of 10 Mile Road. I'm just saying that area is used daily. Also, my biggest question, because when we bought the building from the government, it used to be a Macomb County building. There's only been 2 owners, the government and my family. That fence has been there for 43 years. I don't understand, and that's why I'm asking you, please forgive me if I'm out of line. Why does the existing fence have to come down? It's been there for 43 years that we've owned it, and it serves a purpose. It's not harming the city or anybody in any way, shape, or form. I don't see the reason to move it 19 feet back. Again, it's been there for 43 years.
Well, we have the answer man right there. Ron?
All right, we were concerned about the site and its age and the existing conditions. And so we had the zoning section, Everett Murphy and his group take a look at it very closely and determine what is permitted to stay where it should be and where things shouldn't be. So we'll start with the building. The building actually is 19 feet into the front setback. That front setback, where I said it would be 19 feet, It's, believe it or not, it's supposed to be 50 feet in depth because it's in an M2 district. So what I'm suggesting is that the city doesn't force you to go 50 feet way back there. See that sort of that dotted line? Well, in front of that, there's another line. Can you see it there?
I'm not clear what you're trying to show me. If you can show me, sir, on the,
Well, I'm trying, David, do you see it?
I see the dotted line.
All
Okay.
right, well, there's one dotted line, then there's another one a little closer. So run it there, there it is.
Right there.
Okay.
That's a 50-foot front setback. That's a required front setback. And it should have been there years ago. It wasn't. Okay, so it ended up being used without approval. So at this point in time, they can, you know, we can either say, you're gonna have to put in that front setback that deep, or I suggested it go just to the front of your building at a 19-foot front setback. Yes, you'd have to move the fence, but it would change things, and I think all those people that are running with their trucks using the right-of-way, once it's been landscaped, they're gonna see that. They're not gonna run over the trees. And if they do, then we can take care of that in our own way with the police watching and so on and so forth. So that's what this is about. As opposed to having you do 50 feet, we're going 19 feet.
Again, we.
Can you both speak closer to the mic so we can understand what you're saying?
Go ahead.
Oh, good, my friend, sorry. Again, I use that area, I've got trailers in that. We bought this building and the property, when I say we, my family, I was 17. I've been working there ever since. I worked there right out of graduation, been working there for 43 years. And that's the way the fence is. That's the way the government had the fence before we bought it. And again, you know, I'm a modest man. That's a lot of money to do that. A lot of money, because I wanted to address these things well later on about putting sidewalk in. People, we didn't take that sidewalk out. That sidewalk was never there. The fence has been there, the gate has been there, everything has been there for 43 years to zero detriment to the people of Warren. Again, we bought it from the government. That's the way the government had it.
Well, you know what, I imagine that when the government built it and put it all together, 10 Mile Road was probably a 2-lane.
It was. My grandma lived right down, I've been going to that area for the.
I don't doubt it. But things have changed a little bit. I think if you work with our planning staff, we can come to some mutual arrangement on all this in order to make it both nice and to make it acceptable to the new realities. And the new realities, it's not a 2-lane blacktop with ditches on both sides.
You're obviously, you're right, sir, and I respect that. However, again, that area.
We have to start someplace, let's put it that way. And whether we like it or not, this is where we're starting on that side of 10 Mile Road.
Okay, so you need me to take the fence down and put a new fence up?
You know what, it might be possible to pick it up and move it. I don't know, I don't do fences.
Neither do I, sir.
But I'm sure you can find somebody to give you a good deal on that, one way or another. And if anything, we probably have people in the city that can suggest who you can go to and how we can do that. But after looking at this, yes, it's been around since day one. I don't know what year that building was built.
1933.
A good year for Bordeaux's, too.
Yes, there you go.
But that being said, let's go with it and work with the planning staff and building to see what we can do and how we can make that entire area nicer going into the future.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone else like to speak on this?
I have a few questions for the petitioner, like, who's supposed to put the sidewalk? Who is responsible to put the sidewalk?
Who's
There,
supposed to put in the
sidewalks,
sidewalk?
yes, because there is a, I think there is a missing sidewalk there, and who is like, parking there? The curbside
No,
parking?
that was, again, if I was given the chance, because I made notes on every paragraph. I don't, no one's parking out front there, zero, nobody. I was surprised to read that, I was just as surprised. No one parks between 10 Mile and the fence, no one ever has.
Yeah, no, look like, because I was visited the site today, and it seems to me there is active, like, parking area. People are using like a parking area. So it's too danger for the pedestrian. So what is your plan to protect, I don't know, what's going on, who's parking? You said nobody is parking for?
No, between, the way it's written on here, and maybe you can clarify, sir. It said something when I was reading, I don't remember the exact one. They said people were parking between 10 Mile and the fence. No one's parking there. No one is, ever parked there. So I don't know what that was about. I found it odd when I read it.
Because it's look like a roughly gravel areas.
Right, stop, can you go back? See where the fence is along, if you can go to the pictures, it illustrates it well. The photo, that's inside my gate. All right, the one on the bottom left, that's where the sidewalk is out to the front of the building. That picture, if your back was to 10 Mile, from 10 Mile to the gate, or to the fence, all the way west towards Shaner, no one parks there, ever. So I'm surprised that that was written up that way.
Okay.
And that's the fence I was talking, as you can see, it comes off of the building, and like the gentleman said it, you said you want it back next to the building now, right? And then heading west? Yes. Okay.
Okay, I made the comment about vehicles being in the right-of-way, and that's when I go to something called Google Earth, and I look at the property from, like a year ago, and before that, and before that, and before that. And numerous times it showed vehicles parked on there.
If you see the picture on the bottom
in
left,
front.
that's the front of the building. I park there, but that's
Right, and
that's south of the fence.
where it's gravel, right there, that's supposed to be grass, and that's where, and beyond that,
Yeah, there's no parking.
they were parking, somebody was parked in that area many times, at different times. And when Google Earth went by, you ever seen it?
I know exactly.
Excellent. All right, well, anyway, they take pictures, and they showed vehicles parked there, and it looks pretty natural that people would park there. There's no grass, so they want to park on the gravel between the sidewalk and the street curb.
I'm telling you to your face, as I've been there for 43 years, nobody, and I mean
Can you,
nobody.
can you make your comments in the mic,
Okay, I
please?
have documented evidence.
I'd
It's
love
just,
to see it.
you go ahead and
Commission-
take a look at Google Earth, you can check it out.
You please, I will give you my email, please send that to me.
Commissioner Hawk, did you finish?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak?
Commissioner Chair, I have a quick question. What are your hours of operations there?
Normal business hours are there from 7 to about 4 o'clock, 4:30.
How many employees do you have? Where do those?
Half dozen,
How many?
half dozen,
Where do they park at?
inside the gate.
Do they have a designated parking area?
Yeah, that's the purple or the blue, I'm colorblind, over there. Next to the building, on the east side of the building. See the parking spots? Yeah, over there. That's where they park every morning, and have been for years.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Good evening, sir.
Hi.
I understand the business has been there a lot of years, and changes, like Commissioner Duzay said, it was probably a 2-lane road, now it's 4-lane. And therefore, we have certain setbacks that we have to have from the freeway, or from the road to our buildings. So when the road changes in width, we also have to change our dimensions going to the building.
I'm not fighting that, sir. I humbly
Okay.
said, okay, I will go along with your recommendation.
And as far as the trees out in the right-of-way over there, you said they use it for a turnaround or something like that?
I don't.
But you're saying people do.
But that's what I mean. That's a real-world observance of over 4 decades. And when those cross lanes are down, people whip around. That's just what they do.
But that's not what they're supposed to do.
Oh, look,
So therefore, if we put something there to where they can't do that, that should make them make another decision to go an opposite way, okay? Just because people have been doing it, that doesn't mean that they have to continue doing it. And like I say, right now, where the city's still developing, I know a lot of things are non-conforming, and I know a lot of things don't like to be changed, just like with the fence, it's got barbed wire on the top. We've got a law where you can't have any barbed wire on the top of the fence.
well, I addressed that in a meeting. You were there, sir. I've been, again, not to keep harping on this, but it's matter of fact. I've been at that residence for 43 years. We've had three break-ins, major ones. First one, they cut the lock. So I replaced the lock with the bigger lock. Second one, they cut the fence, or the gate, or the chain. So I thought I'd get smart, and I know you were in the meeting. So I had my mechanic weld a plate. So the lock was behind the plate. There was no way to get it. Well, a big truck later that plowed right through my fence, took the entire fence down, okay? You know what no one has done in 43 years? And I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but I think you guys know. You know what no one's done in 43 years? Hop the fence. Those people who I didn't put the barbed wire up. That's how we bought the building. That's the original barbed wire. The people who put the barbed wire up were smart. They knew that no one was going to hop the fence to break into the vehicles. But I can't prevent when someone smashes through my gate. So that taught me a lesson. That barbed wire serves a purpose. I could see if it was razor wire, if I put it up or something, but it's been there. We bought it from you, the government, with the barbed wire. So that's what I mean. I didn't put that up, but it works. You know, that's just common sense. It works. But now I'm going to have to take it down, correct? Because they're going to put a new fence up, or I'm going to be putting a new fence up, correct? And it won't have the barbed wire. So that peace of mind is now gone.
Well, you also said that they've cut the fence and they've done,
No. They cut the lock and they cut the chain. No one has ever cut the fence.
they never cut the fabric of the fence?
Nope.
Okay, I thought you said that they did.
No.
to
They
get
cut the
in.
lock, they cut the chain, and then when I put the bolt style, or the locker box style, they took a truck and ran right over it. Took the whole front of my fencing down. My point is, I did everything I could, but the one thing no one's ever done was hop the fence, because it had barbed wire. That's just a fact. But again, like I said to this gentleman to my right, I will go along. I want to be, again, that's one thing I want to stress about here. I've been a good steward. We've never once been late on our taxes or utilities or whatever, 43 years straight. I think that's a good thing, isn't it? We've hired over the year, keep in mind, when we were going full bore, when we had 30 employees, half of them were from the city of Warren. 2 of the guys that work for me now are from the city of Warren. We use all the city of Warren businesses around us, gassing up, and the new oil change across we use, guys, again, I've been a good steward, I've been a model citizen, and that's why I'm saying, please, work with me. I'm a small business guy. I don't have $30,000 for new cement, and, you know, I just don't have that kind of money.
Mr. Chairman,
Excuse me, go ahead, Mr. Duzay.
if I can, they're asking him to go in front of zoning board of appeals for, the storage area over the size of the, gross floor area. If he's going to zoning board of appeals, they can allow barbed wire. So
Okay.
that can be another thing added to the request from the zoning board of appeals. It's a suggestion. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, and like I say, with all the tools that we have nowadays, if someone wants to get in, they'll get in. And a little bit of barbed wire on the top's not gonna really stop them.
Well, it has for 4 decades.
But, I've even seen where they got the razor wire, and that doesn't stop them. So,
That's fair.
but, I would make a suggestion that, it seems like there's a lot of things you've got concerns about, that, they could try to work out something with Mr. Worth, or you may have to talk to zoning about it and see if they'll allow you to do some of the things that you're concerned about. So, I would, the maker of the motion, I would like to make a motion maybe to postpone this, to give them a chance to get together.
I would support it.
Well,
I'll support it.
Okay, the maker of the motion was Commissioner Duzay, and the support was, the second was Ms.
Maury.
Maury. To the next meeting.
June 2nd.
June 2nd. June 2nd.
I take back my motion to approve and make a motion to postpone until June 2nd.
I support it. Maury.
Okay. Thank you. So to the petitioner, that will give you some time, get with Mr. Worth and get with zoning.
Okay, just again, because this is the first time I've done this. So now I need to go to your offices over off of Van Dyke and see somebody at the zoning commission.
Talk to Mr. Worth, and Mr. Worth will be more than happy, or the staff will be more than happy to give you a hand.
Okay, that's, okay. We're all set then?
'Cause I understand your situation, and I'm trying to be open-minded about things that need to be done, but what you have to understand also, in the city, as the city grows and the things change, as the roads change and the traffic changes, you know, a lot of these setbacks are set in place because of the additional traffic. And that's the reason why we set them where we set them.
Like I said, I'm willing to bend and to help. At the same time, I also, when I see some of these things, like I said, it's a lot of cost that looks like comes out of my pocket. I can't afford that. And I'd like for you guys to take that into consideration. Also, like I said, look back on my history as a business owner in Warren. I've been a model citizen, so that's why I'm asking, you know, please work with me.
I understand that, and we appreciate your business, and we appreciate the time that you've been here, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city. But all I'm saying is there's some things that have to be changed because things are changing in the area. It's not a 2-lane road anymore. There's things changing there. So the reason we're going to postpone it, to give you a chance to get with Mr. Worth and get with zoning and see what you can work out with them as far as your concerns go.
Thank you
There
very
probably
much.
will have to be some changes, but what they'll be, they will have to make that decision. And that's why we postponed it to the next meeting.
That's fine. So June 2nd, you said?
June 2nd's the next meeting.
We're all set, then I can,
Okay. That was a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Maury, to postpone it to June 2nd. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Maury votes yes to postpone it. Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to postpone it.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes to postpone.
Commissioner Hogg?
Yes to postpone.
Commissioner Benecki?
Yes to postpone to June 2nd.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes to postpone to June 2nd.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to postpone to June 2nd. Good luck, sir. Hopefully you can get things worked out for you. Have a good evening. Item number 6C.
Item number 6C, site plan for Islamic Center for Worship located on the south side of 13 Mile Road, approximately 512 feet east of Washington Boulevard, 8360 13 Mile Road, and 13-10-126-002, Section 10, Khairul Amin / Tofail Haq Amin / Omar Faruqi, Zaid Arobi / ZA Design Build, PSP 250015. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here this evening? Good evening, sir. You want to tell us a little bit about your project?
Yes, of course. Glad to. My name is Zaid Arabu. My office is at 31313 Northwestern Highway in Farmington Hills. And I'm here on behalf of the client, which is to my rear left, in regards to an existing building, and we want to put in an Islamic Center for Worship in the existing structure. Before I start, there's a few people from the behind me that want to speak in support of this project. Do they have to sign in with the young lady up here first? All right. So anyone who wants to speak, can you sign in? I'm sorry? Oh, during the public hearing. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Yes, they'll speak during the public hearing. I'm just always asking to see if they can just go and sign in now. So again, my name is Zaid, and this is an existing structure. Looks more like a residential home, in pretty good shape. Needs a little bit of TLC on the outside. Currently doesn't have handicap accessibility, so we're proposing to put a ramp, an ADA ramp up in the front. And if you look at the plans, we are basically keeping the structure as is elevation-wise, but we are removing some of the non-loading and possibly load-bearing walls inside to create what seemingly is an open space for worship, with offices upstairs for the ministers, and then also an office downstairs and a couple of ADA bathrooms down on the first floor. No alteration to the basement. As far as the site goes, we're proposing to put enough parking to have enough parking basically for the worshipers, more than enough, and also for growth obviously too. The cycle of the parking would be one ingress in, wrap around, park on the left, park on the right, east and west, and then come back up north and exit the property. In the write-up, I just wanted to bring up a couple of things. There's something in here that talks about no play area. That's just, the note is a mistake. That shouldn't be there. We don't have a play area. It's basically one way in, and as you come in heading south, parking on the right, you wrap around, there's a dumpster enclosure to the south of the property, and then you exit north and parking on the right, which would be the west side. So there is no play area that is required, or like I said, just a note that was a mistake basically on my part from my firm. Other than that, that's basically the gist of it. It's an Islamic center, a place of worship, existing building, existing elevations, alter the inside, new landscaping and new sod and asphalt parking with, I'm hoping, no storm water management. That was one of the recommendations by the city. I know the site is over an acre, but I believe under the state, if you don't develop the entire site, if you're under 1 acre in development, then that doesn't trigger that 1 acre underground storm water management. But I can speak to someone in the city. I'll talk to someone in engineering to verify that. And I'll be happy to answer any other questions that you have.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes current, engineering. Preliminary review of the site yielded the following comments from the engineering division. Number 1, site plan shall show the location of all existing and proposed underground utilities, including their size, material type, and discharge point in the vicinity of the project. Number 2, drive approach shall meet current City of Warren specification, show and provide dimensions. Number 3, show how you intend to drain the parcel. Drainage into adjacent parcels is not admitted. FOIL. 4, soil erosions and sedimentation control permit or waiver shall be required for this site from the Macomb County Department of Public Works prior to construction. 5, show how the property boundaries were established, identify property iron founds and or set. 6, show and identify the flood zone / floodplain. 7, dumpster pad shall be minimum of 8 feet concrete. Comcast, in response to your utility request for the above project, please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. Thank you.
Madam Secretary, we had some correspondence from a meeting that they had with the residents.
Yes, the letter that was sent to David was on 4/24/2025. David, neighborhood meeting went well yesterday, which was 4/23/25. We started at 6 p.m. See below the people that showed up. So Mahroob Mirza with an address 30944 Georgetown, Ari Econom 30939 Georgetown, MD Ryan 31127 Lund Avenue, MD Ahmed 31127 Lund Avenue, P. and Dana Wisniak 8300 East 13 Mile Road. Basically, as people trickled in, I explained our intentions and they all seemed very happy to have something done to this undeveloped site. It was a cordial back and forth. People stopped coming in after 6:30, so we decided to lock up at 7 p.m. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for new Islamic Center for Worship and parking lot be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number 1, 5 copies of revised site plans must be submitted indicating the following. So we'll go with 1A. The setback lines shall be corrected on the site as follows, and they are front setback equals 30 feet, side yard setbacks equal 20 feet each, and the rear yard setback equals 45 feet. 1B, and this is the comment about the play area, and I do believe the petitioner simply said, you remove it. Take it, okay, so that's, indeed, that's what this will say, is just remove that, that statement from the site plan. 1C, under site data, the size only includes the north parcel. The site data information shall include both parcels. 1D, the square footage of disturbance shall be indicated on the site plan. For disturbance over 1 acre, the site shall comply with the city's stormwater ordinance. 1E, the new religious institution will be reviewed per section 5.11 of the zoning ordinance. Add the standards of this section of the zoning ordinance to the site data chart. 1F, at present there is a wooded area containing mature trees south of the existing structure, providing screening between this use and the condominiums to the south and partially on the west and east. Planning staff recommends the Planning Commission approve this modified green screen along the south property line as long as the petitioner intends to retain the wooded lot as part of this project. If they do not plan to retain the trees, then section 2.26 of the zoning ordinance would also apply to the south property line. in the area where there is is not an existing wooded tree lot along the east and west property lines, the site shall comply with section 2.26 of the zoning ordinance. Okay, 1G, more information is needed on the site plan. The front setback of the building is scaling between 29 and 30 feet. Provide the dimension from the leading edge of the existing structure to the north property line, and that's 13 Mile Road. The building setback shall be a minimum 30 feet per section 5.11 of the zoning ordinance. If this dimension is less than 30 feet, a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals will be required. Also, provide the dimension from the leading edges of the structure to the east and west property lines. 1H, the parking spaces shall be changed from 18 feet in length to 20 feet in length. The minimum maneuvering lane width is 22 feet. The length shall be measured from the beginning of the parking stall. 1I, the parking lot is indicated within the front 30-foot setback, that's 13 Mile Road. The parking lot shall be shifted south so that it does not encroach in the 30-foot front setback area. 1J, the site plan indicates that only one accessible parking space is required. However, for 37 parking spaces, 2 accessible parking spaces are required, and 1 must be van size, V-A-N, van size. Additionally, remove all references to handicap parking and change this to accessible parking. 1K, a note shall be provided stating, all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at the ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures, and upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1L, provide a lighting detail that will show that light will not encroach over the property line to the adjacent residential properties. 1M, planning staff recommends the new south corners of the proposed 5-foot walkway be curved approximately 45 degrees. This will improve the vehicle maneuvering and the walkway experience. Additionally, the south end of the walkway shall be provided with either 1 or 2 ramps. 1N, a note must be provided stating all landscaped areas shall be automatically irrigated. 1O, an 8-foot wide green belt or 6-foot high brick embossed poured concrete wall would be required along the east, south, and west property lines where it abuts the R1C, 1-family residential district, and the R3 multiple family districts. 1P, a trash enclosure is indicated on the site plan. Provide the following note stating, a trash enclosure measuring a minimum 10 foot by 10 foot shall be constructed of 6-foot high brick embossed poured concrete walls with 45-degree angle cap, have screen gates, and be placed upon a minimum 10-foot by 18-foot concrete pad that provides an 8-foot wide apron. Masonry blocks shall not be used as a construction material. Okay, 1Q, dimension the trash enclosure on the site plan. And now for condition number 2, 2 copies of revised landscape plans must be submitted indicating the following: that burning bush is on the Green McComb do not plant list instead of burning bush. Some possible options are arrowwood viburnum, bush honeysuckle, sweetbriar, or oak lear hydrangea. Condition number 3, 2 parcels identified as 13-10-126-001 and 002 must be combined into one parent parcel. An application must be submitted to the planning department requesting the approval of the combination, excluding the right-of-way. Condition number 4, the survey plan indicates the project falls in flood zone AE. According to FEMA, the firm map panel 319 map number 26099C0319G, this parcel is in flood zone AE. The project shall adhere to the regulations to construct in the flood area. Condition number 5, the ADA ramp shall be approved by the building division. Condition number 6, the new driveways to 13 Mile shall meet the standards of the City of Warren Engineering Division. Number 7, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division, and they are: A, if the petitioner desires to waive the 6-foot-high required poured concrete wall or 8-foot-wide green belt along the east and west property lines. 7B, if the petitioner does not redesign the parking lot, a variance to encroach in the 30-foot front setback may be required. And 7C, to retain the existing structure if it is located closer than 30 feet to the north. That's 13 Mile Road property line. And finally, condition number 8, a performance bond in the amount of $4,500 be posted according to the estimated cost of $150,000 by the petitioner. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to speak on this item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, or go to the court reporter and leave it with her, and you will have 3 minutes to speak on this item.
Sorry, I'm a little short. My name is Sarah Miu. I'm here to represent Larsa on 8201 East 13 Mile Road. I'm the new owner of the banquet, and I just have a couple concerns and questions. First, best of luck. I am excited to see new neighbors. We're all for diversity, but I do have a few questions. So my first concern, I hope they know we are a banquet hall, and they're right across the street. So we will have traffic, and we will have a lot of noise. Is this gonna be a problem in the future? That's one. And then I hope they know we do serve liquor for certain groups of people. So I hope that doesn't cause any issues in the future. We do have a lot of Muslim population in the banquet. We're very familiar with, all the halal food and everything, because we do. But I just want to make sure this is not going to cause a future problem with our new neighbor. Other than that, we are good. So.
Thank you, ma'am. Did you check with the court reporter with your name and address?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Few coming up, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Sorry, I thought my name would be called, so I was waiting. Good evening, members of the Planning Commission, city official and fellow residents. My name is Jahidul Islam. I'm a proud resident of Warren. I graduated from Warren Mud High School in 2018. I live in 29057 Ahmad Drive. Tonight I'm here to express my strong support for the approval of the proposed site plan for the new Islamic Center. As our city continues to grow and diverse community, project like this reflects Warren's true spirit, a welcoming, inclusive, and vibrant community for all. An Islamic Center is not just a place of worship, rather is a place of education, service, positive community engagement, and it's a great opportunity for our interfaith members. I believe that approving this project such a clear message that Warren embraces its residents of all faith and backgrounds, and that we are building a future based on unity, respect, and mutual support. I respectfully urge the Commission to approve this site plan. It will be an investment not just in a building, but in the values that make our community strong. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, I almost missed you. I didn't see you coming down the aisle. Is there anyone else like to come up and speak on this item?
Thank you. Good evening. Not going to take much of your time. Just want to say that I'm here on behalf of the growing Muslim community that call Warren home. Oh, sorry, forgot about that. Okay, so my name is Muhammad Juman Haq. I'm a resident of Warren. I live in, do I have to say it here or can I just write it down?
No, you can say it right there. You're fine.
Okay, I live in 8250 Gerald Avenue, Warren, Michigan. So yeah, I'm a resident of Warren. I'm here to show my support for the masjid. This masjid won't just be a prayer hall for Muslims, but this will be a gathering place, community center kind of sort of thing. So yeah, I'm here to show my support and request the commissioners to approve it and let us take the benefit of it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Hassan Mia, and I am a resident of Warren, Michigan. My address is 28825 Warner Avenue, Warren, Michigan. Our community and I asking for your support to establish this mosque, a place where families can come together and pray, reflect, and find peace. Right now, many of us travel long distance to just attend the prayers. As you know, we all work and have a busy schedule. Some of us are in school. It's hard to go to long distance and drive to a prayer. As we pray 5 times a day, it is difficult to drive long distance. Having a local mosque would give our children, our elders, and all of us a safe and welcoming place nearby. It's not just a worship, it's about building a community, teaching good values, and helping those in need spiritually and spiritually especially. We all are in need of good health, we all need money, but we also need a spiritual help. So having a mosque nearby us will help us spiritually as we all are in need. We are committed to being good neighbors, being a good neighbor and making positive difference. We humbly ask for your approval and your support. Thank you. Thank you for considering your request.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Commissioner Chair, make a motion to approve with discussion.
Support.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Hansar. Go ahead, Mr. Halawadi.
Okay, can I have the petitioner step forward, please? Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, it sounds like as has been expressed, we all need to live together. I am in approval of this, but I do have just a couple of quick questions. What would be the worship hours? I'm not that familiar with the Islamic worship hours.
No worries, I got it right here.
Thank you, sir.
I have to read it myself. It was sent to me. So 7 days a week, morning prayer 1 hour before sunrise. Therefore, in the summer, it will be 7 a.m. to 7:30
Right.
p.m. And winter, it will be 5:30 to 6. Afternoon prayer, so there's 5 prayers, right? So that's number 1. Afternoon prayer is 3:45 to 4:10 in the summer. And in the winter, it's 1 to 1:20. I want to show you the difference between the summer and the winter just because of the solstice and
Right.
when the sun comes up
I
and down.
understand that part,
Okay,
yes.
good. Evening prayer, 7:15 to 7:35 in the summer and 3:45 to 4:05 in the winter. Night prayer at the sunset, mostly 8:30 in the summer and 5 o'clock in the winter. Second night prayer is 10 p.m. to 10:20 p.m. in the summer and 7:45 to 8:05 in the winter. During Ramadan, 8:30 to 10 p.m. Friday prayers are 1:45 to 3 p.m. That's basically the prayer schedule. So it's people just coming in and out at least 5 times a day. But again, people are going to be coming in at different times a day because it's not just a worship per se. It's also for people that need help in the community, for instance. Just for an
Right.
example, like the real driver license
Understood.
that's going on these days, people can come in, get a little bit of help, so that way they can take a little bit of stress off of the government services, basically.
Okay, I do know in some religions and stuff that when they're called for worship, there's sometimes some, I don't know if you call them bells or
Call to prayer?
call for prayers.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
I mean, there is no call to prayer here, correct? No.
That might disturb any local
No,
residents.
they're not gonna go against the noise ordinance of the city
Okay,
of Warren.
just curious of that.
Yep.
I'm
It's basically people
something new
just,
for- for the Islamic,
For sure.
which I respect, trust me.
It's a good question. No, just people coming in and out.
Okay.
It's not a super crazy busy street, so there's
No.
not gonna be any stress on the corner, there's not gonna be any stress to the street. So, like I said, those are the hours. I'll be happy to email this information to
No, that's
planning.
fine.
to
One last
planning.
question, as was brought up by one other person, is there any, gonna be conflict? I guess there's a banquet center near there?
Correct. No,
You
no.
know, across the street, will there be any possible conflict with that or not?
Not really. So typically banquet centers, from my experience, so when it comes to weddings, not to say that all weddings are at nighttime, but most of their business is probably at night.
Right.
These, not this, again, the hours I just presented, there is prayer at nighttime, of course, but
Okay.
mostly it's in the daytime. There shouldn't be any interference.
Okay, 'cause-
The ingress, egress are kind of directly across from each other, but respectfully, they all have to respect each other as they come
Right.
in and out of traffic,
Long-
basically.
As long as we could all live together, and that's what I'm
For sure.
hoping for.
And the banquet center has a much bigger parking lot. I can see
Okay.
300 to 400 to 500 people attending the banquet center, whereas the center is pretty humble in size.
Okay, thank you, sir. I conclude my questions.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak on this item?
No.
To the petitioner, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
The question I had, it said on the original drawing that there was a play yard, and you said that that's been eliminated as not a play yard. And the question I had on the drawing behind the building where the parking is,
Yes,
it
sir.
shows sidewalk going down and around in the square and then back up.
Correct.
Is that just so people, when they park that far down, they can walk up there?
It's not just for that, it's just, so, this is very faith-based, right?
Mhm.
So, in between prayers, a place of congregation, maybe outside where people can talk, so that way other people can enter the building. Sometimes just for meditation, sometimes people want to pray outside also for their 5 times a day. So it's just not, that's not a play area. This is not for kids, there's no school, we're not proposing school, but this is just a place for, it's just having a grass area in the back, just to bring in a little bit of greenery. That way it's not just all parking lot.
So you can kind of pray and be in touch with nature at the same time?
Yeah, why not? Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. That was the only question I really had on that. Does anybody else have anything? Seeing none, that was a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Duze?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Banecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck with your project, sir.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
And welcome.
He said, welcome to Warren.
And thank you so much. We love Warren. I've been in Warren for a long time. It's great to
We're gonna take a three-minute recess to allow people to gather their things. Need a motion for a 3-minute recess? No, okay.
It's like don't all speak at once.
I'll give Mr. Hawaii his 3 minutes so he can go down. No, he went to the bathroom.
You're gonna get more people.
Yes, that's what's gonna happen.
Because Larsa, a lot of people don't do their events.
Yeah.
I personally haven't been to Larsa.
I've been there a few times. Now a lot of people gonna go. After one year or 2 years later, lots of people. Hmm?
Was Royalty Banquet Center.
Oh,
And then Larsa was on 13 and Ryan, then they moved. And now Larsa is becoming.
Shumin opened a driving school one time there, but next to the school somewhere, you know, the.
Oh, yeah. He was on Van Dyke Center.
No, this area, he was in this street.
That was
He moved
commercial,
back?
this commercial one.
Commercial tracking one, yeah, he opened. Long time ago, like 10 years ago.
I think it was about 10 years ago.
Because I went down one time. Kubbala is it? Friday.
Made it just in time. We'll commence our meeting. Item number 7, correspondence.
Item number 7, notice from City of Sterling Heights that a public hearing will be held at the Sterling Heights Planning Commission meeting on Wednesday, May 14, 2025, to discuss the city's draft master plan. A copy of the draft plan will remain available for review at City Hall and online at www.sterlingheights.gov/181/planning. Thank you.
I need a motion to receive and file this.
So moved, or support, Mr. Chairman.
Second, Commissioner Chowdhury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Benanke?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to receive and file. Item number 8, old business.
Minor amendment to site plan for building addition for mixed-use redevelopment downtown center urban neighborhood located on the east side of Van Dyke Avenue, approximately 160 feet south of Civic Center Drive North. 30130 Van Dyke Avenue, Section 10, Nicholas Labdas / Warren 12 Prop 3 LLC, Dan Ivankovich / Ivankovich Construction, Inc., PMA 250004. Minor amendment to renovate existing building to accommodate for commercial lease space and eliminate the mixed-use residential requirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Good evening, sir.
My name is Dan Ivanovic of Ivanovic Construction, Inc., a design-build company. I am here representing Mr. Nick Lavdas, who many of you may know as a...
Excuse me, sir. Is your microphone on?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is the green light on?
My name is Dan Ivanovic,
Thank you.
Ivanovic Construction, Inc., a design-build company. I'm here representing Mr. Nick Lavdas, who many of you know as a prominent business owner and property owner here in business, owning many properties and businesses. Mr. Lavdas takes great pride in restoring and maintaining all of his properties in immaculate condition. This is the main reason we are here before you, trying to restore this property as well. I believe we're almost there with this minor amendment approval. This is the old Bally's building, which has seen much better days in the past. We have received a ZBA blessing to move forward without the mixed use strictly as a commercial spaces. And we look forward to resurrecting this dilapidated structure into a beautiful community center with your blessing as well.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, Texas Current Engineering. Preliminary review of this site yielded no comments from the engineering division. Fire. The Warren Fire Department sees no issues with this project. AT&T. AT&T does not object to the petition and does not anticipate any issue at this site, but should any AT&T conflicts be discovered, please advise the petitioner to contact Joe Sikorsky, JS3649 at AT&T.com, 586-764-8261. Comcast. In response to your utility request for the above project, please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. DTE. DTE Electric Company has reviewed the site plan for building addition for a minor amendment to site plan for building addition for mixed-use redevelopment. DTE Electric Company has no objection to the above request impacting 30130 Van Dyke Road, Warren, Section 10, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and have determined the site disturbance is under 1 acre and the detention basin outlets to a City of Warren-owned storm sewer. Therefore, this site is not under the jurisdiction of MCPWO. Should the City of Warren require a no objection letter from this office, please reach out to me at wesley.jonick@macombgov.org or 586-469-5961. MDA. The applicant will need to file for a permit with MDA if they have not already. I notice it says minor amendment, but I could not find any previous record of a site plan for this location. It may have been before my time with MDA. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the minor amendment to eliminate 10 apartment units and second floor of the approved site plan for a building addition to an existing building for a mixed-use development in the downtown center urban neighborhood be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number 1, 5 copies of revised site plans must be submitted indicating the following. A, update the site data chart as follows. First floor area, 13,796.6 square feet. Mezzanine area, 4,068 square feet. Total building area, 17,864.6 square feet. 1B, increase the font size for square footage of each lease area on the site plan. 1C, the site plan indicates 4 accessible parking spaces, one of which is van size, meeting the minimum number required. However, access aisles are needed where there are 3 accessible parking spaces provided adjacent to each other. Update the plan per ADA standards for accessible design. 1D, parking shall be provided at a minimum of 3 spaces per 1,000 square feet of total gross building square feet. Excuse me, surface parking, where allowed, would not exceed 3.5 spaces per 1,000 square feet of total gross building square feet. With the reduced size of the building and using the total building area first floor plus mezzanine, 17,864.6 square feet divided by 1,000 equals 17,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, I got a little stuck there, didn't I? 17.8646 times 3 equals 53.59, or 54 parking spaces required minimum. The parking cannot exceed 63 parking spaces. That's 17,864.6 square feet divided by 1 equals 17.86460 times 3.5. However, the plan indicates that 80 will be provided, 17 spaces over the requirement. Planning staff recommends, instead of providing excess parking, landscaped islands could be provided in strategic locations to provide additional landscaping and tree canopy in the parking lot. 1E, provide the updated lighting note on the site plan. A note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon the budding properties. The light fixture, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet, as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base of at ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1F, the 60-degree angle parking spaces along the north and south property lines and those between the rear maneuvering lanes indicate they are 16 feet in length, and the maneuvering lanes are 17 feet and 25 feet in width. The required length for parking spaces is 20 feet, and the abutting maneuvering lane shall be 20 feet. All right, the angle of the parking spaces shall change to 45-degree angle parking spaces. The length of the parking spaces along the north and south property lines shall change to 19 feet. The length of the parking spaces between the 2 rear maneuvering lanes shall change to 17 feet. The 2 rear maneuvering lanes shall change from 25 feet to 21 feet each. The maneuvering lanes for the parking spaces along the north property line shall remain 17 feet in width. However, the 5-foot sidewalk, the flare area west of the building, and the rear drive-through island shall be reduced to a 2-foot strip. The number of parking spaces shall change and must first meet the requirement of 54 spaces. If there are additional parking spaces remaining, then they shall be removed from the east end of the parking lot. 1G, the upper traffic area shall be reversed for traffic to only exit one way out to Van Dyke, to Van Dyke Avenue. And this is with the north driveway, excuse me. Do not enter signs shall be placed on both sides of the driveway as a warning that the traffic only exits to Van Dyke Avenue. Condition number 2, the following variance may need to be obtained from the Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division, and that is to provide in excess 17 parking spaces. And finally, number 3, a performance bond, bond number 100215140, in the amount of $84,000 was posted by the petitioner. It was approved by the city attorney's office on December 27th, 2025, and the planning staff proposes continuing this bond amount and applying it to the original site plan and this minor amendment. No new bond will be required. So with that, Mr. Chair, recommendation is submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. Can you wait? Okay, all right. Very good. I want to first have a motion to recognize this as a minor amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we recognize this as a minor amendment with a little bit of discussion.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
That is a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury with discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, the performance bond could not have been approved in December 27th, 2025. So was it 2024, 2023, or does anybody know?
Mr. Worth, I'm guessing it.
Okay.
I'm assuming it was 2024, yes.
It might, either that or even 23, so. That's one. Two, when I was looking at this, the one thing on the west side of this building that bothered me is, where are they gonna put the snow? It doesn't seem to have any place where they can, if they're plowing the snow, which I imagine they're going to do, where are they going to put it, other than maybe in some of the parking areas along the north side? And on the east side, they can take all that snow down and move it past the parking. But do we ever consider where they're gonna put snow in some of these evaluations? Mr. Worth? Sorry, Ron. Other than that, I think it's a good development for that area.
Before I answer that, you made the motion to approve this item as a minor amendment, and you said yes to that, but you also need to make a motion to approve or deny this site plan. So please do that. And I'll answer your question.
Mr. Worth?
That
you want me to finish the motion on the minor amendment, and then we'll go into the discussion?
However you want to do this.
You approved the minor amendment, now you need to have a request to approve or deny the item.
I didn't hear. What'd you say? I didn't quite hear you.
I think director is asking motion to approve, if
Am I
I'm not
right?
wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
Motion
Right,
to approve,
right,
that's what he's asking
right.
for.
Okay. Commissioner Duzay recognized as a minor amendment. Commissioner Chowdhury supported. Roll call. Is recognized as a minor amendment. We'll do that part first, and then we'll go into the second part.
Okay.
Commissioner Duzar?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Benecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes, still recognized as a minor amendment. Now we can go back into your discussion.
Motion to?
So now we make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve the
Support.
redevelopment
There you go.
Who supported? Answer, okay.
with the recommendations of staff. But I still am asking, where are they gonna put the snow?
I'll do the best I can to answer that question. So, in the front, so if it's heavy snow, then someone's going to come in and use that north-south maneuvering lane to push the snow either direction and get it out of there toward the end of their property lines. And then, as far as the parking spaces, they can push it into the front setback area. And what's along the front of it, they're gonna have to put it someplace, and I'm not sure where.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Is there any other discussion? All right. I need a motion. That was a motion by Commissioner Duzey, supported by Mr. Ansar. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzey?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Most definitely.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Murray votes yes. Commissioner Benecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Thank you, sir. Good luck with your project. Item number 9, bond release. Oh, we're gonna go continue with this. Item number 9, bond release, seeing none. Item number 10, new business, seeing none. Item number 11, citizen participation. Does anybody like to speak? You'll have 3 minutes, say your name and address. You have 3 minutes to comment. Seeing none. Item number 12, planning commission business. 12A, planning director report.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Since April 7th here, through April 14th is when I was in-house, and then I had some time off from the 14th to the 21st. But aside from that, I spoke to Vito Castellana to talk about the apartment development that's, it's been known as the Cole Street development, and they're still working on that. He's trying to figure out the numbers, and we hope he does. So that's one thing. I met the same day with the internal meeting regarding Eckstein Park, and you saw the results in that 1 to 20 group of questions, or what we really would like to see done there. April 27th, I attended a regular rezoning hearing with the city council, and they seemed to be more than happy to approve that, and that's for residential use, thank God. And so finally getting a few there. That's the 12 Mile Van Dyke. Remember? Yeah. Okay. And let me see here. Also on April 23rd, again, we had internal meeting with DDA to discuss some funding for the Union Cemetery property on Chicago Road. It's got some major concerns, so this all has to do with also our work with the Historic District Commission. And so we talked to them about that issue. And the last but not least here, I attended the Saturday City Council budget hearing with the chairman and these two right here, David and Amanda, to listen to what they had to talk to us about, our budget. So not many changes, is less amount that we're using and so on and so forth, but it went rather fast. So with that said, if you have any questions beyond this work, glad to answer them.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Worth? Seeing none. 12B, Planning Commission discussion and concerns.
To the chair, I like to bring up something. So I know we talked about this maybe a couple weeks back regarding filling the one vacant position that we do have in the commission. So I did reach out to some people and kind of had mentioned it to some of the folks. I did receive an email, and I like to just read just parts of it for someone that has expressed interest, and maybe to know the next process of how to connect them maybe with Ron, or what the next process should be. So I'll start off by reading the email. So this email is from Heather, who has expressed interest in joining the Warren Planning Commission. She is the ED of the Autistic Society of Metro Detroit, as well as the Vice President of Women of Warren. She has ton of experience and would be a great fit for the commission. So I would just like to know if there's, if I should forward this email to Ron, or maybe to the mayor, or what would be the appropriate way to go about referring her?
Excuse me, send that to the mayor.
To the mayor?
To start with, yes.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your input. I would thank our visiting attorney, Jennifer Pierce, for being with us this evening.
I like this meeting.
All right. Well, item number 13, if there are no other concerns? Item number 13, calendar pending matters, seeing none at this time. Item number 14, adjourned. Need motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Second. Has a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Holowati. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Have a good evening, everyone.